There was like you have a badger in the background.
He's pouring his. I didn't tell him to be quiet because you told me not to talk. we were doing 10 seconds of silence to defuzz the fuzz, and then he calls you a badger, which was probably my favorite part of the show so far.
All right, get noise profile. All right, cool. I got it. Now we're ready. Now we know what I'm doing. If he does hear static. So Sub says if he turns up his volume, he does hear static. So we're hopefully going to eliminate that by capturing a noise profile and doing a noise reduction on the show.
That's a good idea. It could be my breathing. I breathe in static.
I am the TV fuzz.
Yeah.
You know, like when the end of the day, when the broadcast day is done and there's fuzz, nobody knows because broadcast days don't end anymore. Remember when the TV would just stop? Oh, well, good. PGH First says everything's fine. We're perfect. PGH First says we're great.
Should you smoke in your work clothes?
The ones he got spaghetti sauce on that he said he wasn't going to get spaghetti?
Yes, he got spaghetti sauce. Okay, so...
Wait, we got to start the show, and then you can tell the story about spaghetti sauce.
Okay.
We got to start the show first. These are stories that belong on the show. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1...
Welcome.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. That sound you heard in the middle of the intro was somebody following our show live, and it was awesome. And we appreciate it. This show is brought to you by meat. I mean, wait, hold on a second. That threw me all off.
Meat?
Start over. Yes, brought to you by meat. Today on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, we're going to be talking about meat. No, this is the show that brings you the latest and greatest non-crazy news from all over the planet. We are like when PricewaterhouseCoopers seals up all the news into an envelope, and we stand at the podium and we open it up, and they go, "Who's the winner of the weird news today? Florida Man." Florida Man wins the award, and we open it, and we walk away, and everybody yells and cheers, then we walk back up because we don't know when to quit. I'm your host, Steven, joined as always by the amazing Smashy.
He's Kurds.
It's so funny. FTH Beyond follows like right as the thing goes off, and I forgot this is not his fault. It's mine that I had the alert box and I don't have it muted. So when it comes up, it's like whoopah!
It made me really happy because I forgot how awesome Homie's voice is.
Subpixel. That
Subpixel.
The sound. The welcome to the Legion Darks. Thank you, Charles, for your follow. By the way, we super appreciate it.
Garlic Charles, right?
Why is he? Why the garlic? I don't think that actually. It was McFly's picture.
He drew the rock god of garlic, like the and it made me laugh because he drew his like the little Guy Fieri chin fuzz, but he made him garlic and even like pierced one of his garlic tendrils.
I mean, I like it. It's fine. It's fine by me.
I nickname everybody Steven. It was coming.
I know.
She said.
You know, if anybody's going to draw anthropomorphized food, it should be Jacob, and I should respect his anthropomorph. I love me some food with eyeballs.
I was like, you're the one who like does food people.
I know. I've really been falling off the tracks with this this whole Inktober business.
Yeah, you and Jacob suck. Liz is over there kicking shit out like crazy, and you guys just suck.
Yeah, we're not good at what we do. I mean,
well, you're good at it. You're just not good at doing it. I don't know how to say that.
We're not good at doing it, are we?
Kelly, I need an author. I need someone with words.
Hey, Ashley, do we have big news? Can we say our big news yet? We know we're in. We just don't know what day, right?
Yes, it's tentatively at a time and a date.
But we can say it out loud.
It's not been like solidified yet.
But we can say it out loud.
But we can say it out loud.
We're gonna say it out loud. We are doing a live show at Bull City Comic Con in Durham. Horseshoes and Hand Grenades is going to be live in Durham, the Bull City, North Carolina. We are so excited to go and perform our weirdo act in front of some local weirdos. It's going to be a great time. It's a Comic Con. I have no idea if they know what they're expecting, but we're going to be there. And it's going to be great. So if you're local to the Durham area, we would love to see you. We'll have more details on the date and time, but we know we're in. So that's fun.
They're solidifying the everything this weekend. So next week we will have a formal
Yep. The dwarves are hard at work chiseling the runes into the stone.
Yes.
So people can read it and know that we're going to be in it. And
I'm excited. Like the guy Matt that I've been talking to, he's really cool, and he's like, I think this is gonna be such a good fit. And I'm really excited. I'm like, I'm excited. You're excited.
It's good. I'm really looking forward to it. I was laughing at Charles's comment that he's wants to be the godfather of Baby Smash. So Gator, which I've taken to calling the new baby Gator, because
Gator, yeah.
Ashley called her Gator. And I felt like that's a good name for it. You called him Chompy, but I think Gator's a much better name. And when it comes out, it's going to be Gator.
It's so hard because I called Baby. I'm trying to like switch to Baby, but I called Baby him for months, so it's real hard to like switch from him to Baby.
So what we got here's the problem. Is Jake, this is the fun part where the husband doesn't want to know and the wife wants to know and the wife knows even though she knows on accident. And now
I would have known on purpose, but it was accidental, the timing.
Right. It's this bending over backwards to try not to say it. Even though you've been calling it a him for months. Now if you call it a him, there's this illusion that maybe you're verifying and validating that it's a him.
I did tell Jacob, like, it's going to be real hard to stop calling Baby him because I've been doing it for months.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, we've taken votes. Like it's pretty split half and half with the amount of people we've talked to on whether people think it's a girl and it's a guy. And like they did this fun test at the heck retreat that we went to where they like tie a ring around a wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Tie a string around a wedding ring. Woo.
And which way it swings or whatever.
Yeah, and that came out female. And like I was like, like
you can't.
My husband's gonna lose his shit if this baby's a girl.
You can't have a baby girl. You can't. You can't because you'll kill her, and then he'll kill everyone around her. So then there'll just be a trail of bodies leading into your house, and I won't know where to find my co-host. Be like,
it's gonna be real rough.
This is Ashley reporting from an undisclosed location in Western Pennsylvania.
Erasmus said a girl first is better.
That's probably
Tell
true.
Tell Jacob that.
Hey, does Jacob has a boy sibling. So he only knows how to deal with boys. Sam's a boy. Yeah, I think it should be a boy. Sam needs a boy cousin to go running through the woods with and stuff.
He does. So I've decided to turn my backyard into like Rambo's playhouse, and Jacob's not on board yet, but
tell Jacob that we are building an axe throwing alley in his backyard because we went axe throwing and it was flipping amazing. And I will do that 1,000,000 times over and over again.
We could totally do that. That would be so good.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Zafo. Yeah, man, we went axe throwing and so here, let me tell you something. I got a bone to pick with Wally, our good friend Wally. We go to this place called Epic Axes. Everybody gets to practice. We're in a tournament, like 16 people or something. And I go up to throw my axe. I cannot get the axe to stick in practice. I get it one time. One time it sticks. And then I go, like, it starts tournament time. It's random people, me and Wally.
Like you need music in the background, like epic music while you're telling this.
Oh yeah, I got some epic music. Hold on. Okay. Where's it at? Do burning time. Do burning time. Here it is. This'll do. This'll be fine for redneck. Wait, hold on. What does this button do? Oh, there it goes.
Famous last word.
So we go and we start throwing these axes. And it's me and Wally against each other. We're neck and neck. I'm feeling good. I'm like, I can do this. So I throw my axe and it sticks. And I get a whole 4 points. Holy crap. And Wally throws and he misses. I'm like, yeah. And I throw and then Wally gets a bullseye and I throw. I got all 6 of my axes to stick in that target. I was like, holy balls, I'm walking away with this round. Look over. Wally had more accurately placed his 4 hits. Wally got 17 points to my 16 points. And I would have literally crushed anyone else on that board had I faced them. Anyone else would have been destroyed. But Wally...
Was that quality over quantity?
Wally got 17 points. And that was sad for me.
Steven was lit up like 2 hours after it happened. It may have been the acid beer
lit
that they
up.
were doing.
I was lit up quite indeed. I've never had a hangover before.
They're not fun.
That day was rough. The hangover at 34 is not what you think. Groove is for life resub
Thank
with
you
2
for the
months.
sub.
2 months. 2 months for resub. Resub. Sorry, I'm saying it because I'm trying to find my button.
Your face.
Thank you, Groove is for life, for that resub. Everybody who listens on the audio show, I'm sorry for all this visuals shenanigans, but we're real happy to have them. We're real happy to have all the subs because you guys, that's where the money comes from.
Sub is like, yes, you are happy to have me.
Yeah, Sub's been subbed for 28 months now. He just won't quit. He just decided never to give up on us.
He's he has goat dogs that got out again. Do you remember the goat dogs?
Oh, yeah. He got to Dragon Con, stayed for 20 minutes, and had to leave to go chase his goat
was
dogs.
so shitty. Did we talk about that?
No, I don't think we ever talked about it. Maybe we did.
I don't
No,
know.
probably, because it
Some
was
came,
after.
like, drove up, got a ticket, come to hang out with us, and we were so tickled, and it was awesome. He was there, like, I literally went to the bathroom, peed, came out, which, I mean, honestly could have been 5 minutes, could have been 2 hours, because I don't know what the hell I do in the bathroom, but sometimes I get real distracted, and then I look at the clock, and I'm like, what was I doing? Like, where did the time go, gremlins? I don't understand. Like, did I go on an adventure? Did I fall asleep? Did I pass out? Like, did I save the world? Did I kill somebody? I don't. Anyway, so I get out, and Sub's like, I have to go because my dogs ate their way out of my fence, and I have to go get them. Goat dogs.
You're like, okay. But
Yeah,
they
I
were
was just like-
goats, though, right? Were they goats or dogs? Or were they
They're dogs, but I
some
called them
sort of-
goat dogs because literally, like, how do you eat out of a fence?
I mean, goats eat everything, right? I mean, they eat all the kudzu.
Goats do. Dogs do not.
So they weren't dogs.
They are dogs. I called them goat dogs.
All this time.
I've broken Steven.
All this time, ever since that story, I thought they were goats.
I'm gonna pee.
I thought his goats got out, and he had to go track down some goats. No one ever corrected me. I've mentioned it 150 times. I thought they were goats. I was like,
I thought
oh.
you were just being like,
No.
PGH is like, oh my God, I'm 36. I'm 37 and pregnant. So on my chart, when I go to the doctor, it says advanced maternal age. I'm old. And therefore, they're just like, oh my God, your uterus is wilted and shriveled, and oh, how will you ever bear life? You need a cane? I don't know why they talk like that, but yeah. So you can shove your 36 somewhere.
He was making fun of me because I said I was 34 for the hangover.
You're like, oh, tell me when you're 36. Also, being pregnant is just a solid hangover, which is super fun.
All the time, yeah. I just have never drank that. I had 4 beers within the first 2 hours we were out. That's pretty fast paced for Steven. Steven doesn't drink that many beers. Steven also doesn't normally talk about himself in the third person, but here we are. And then we went to a place called Sullivan's. It's this fancy pants steak restaurant. They have a live jazz band in there. It was pretty rad. It was one of the best steak I've ever had in my whole life. Oh my gosh!
I heard they had some good. They got some good meat at
But they
Sully's.
also had a libations menu. So of course we got some libations. And it was I got a Hemingway, which is like rum and grapefruit or something. I'm like, this is delicious. And then we went to the cigar bar where I got another beer. And smoked a cigar. I smoked an acid blondie.
So he gets home and Steven's
acid.
like, I feel he's like, I think I'm gonna feel this. He's like, Jacob gave me acid, and he paused, and I'm like, what? And Jacob's like, an acid blonde, and I'm like, what?
You're like, this isn't making it better.
Like, okay, so we went from drugs to horse, like. And he's like, it's a cigar, Ashley.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a good cigar. I'm not a cigar smoker, and I definitely felt it the next day. I was like, oh gosh, I burned a hole in my uvula. I did it. It's this
Oh
awful,
yeah.
and then not only that, but I had like this. My head was just this big, and not only that, but I got home at 1 a.m. Find my wife is still awake. I'm like,
Oh no, was she?
what in the crap are you doing awake? Like, I'm gonna be
She
dead
kicked
tomorrow.
me out because she said she had to go to bed.
Yeah.
That hoe bag.
She did have to go to bed. She was in bed. She just wasn't asleep. You kept her till her witching hour.
Oh.
And then she couldn't sleep, so she had to read her webtoon for 2 hours. And
Oh.
so I'm like, oh no, Sam's gonna be up at 6 a.m. and neither of us are okay. I was less okay though, and she was amazing, and she got up and took care of him so I could sleep for like an extra hour or
And
lay
I
there.
gave you 2 charcoals too.
You did. It did not phase it. So as the day went on, I got better, as you do. I just kept sipping water all day, but I walked around in my pajamas for like 4 hours. I am a waste of a human being. It was real rough. So I ain't doing that again. Screw drinking beer. I'll drink a little beer a little at a time. And I'm
That's
gonna
why
sip.
that's why I don't like I enjoy like really sweet Moscato because it's like drinking adult Kool-Aid.
It's like
but
apple
then I
juice.
also chug like 15 gallons of water and I do chlorella and spirulina and a charcoal because I know my body does not metabolize alcohol well.
Yeah, mine metabolizes it all right, straight into my brain.
It's
So,
rough.
Yeah, to make flies right, we didn't go to the Claremont, so we got that going for us.
God, it was the thing he was doing with his mouth. Blah. It was like, yeah, stop it. I don't know. Oh,
Mandy at the Claremont.
blah.
Ladies and gentlemen, throw it up for Mandy. She just had her hips replaced. Nip, 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 nip.
God, stop it. I'm going to die.
It was
Uncle George is the best.
so good. I freaking love
Go
George
see
Lowe.
George Lowe. Well, like, whenever he does his things,
Whenever
go
he
see
goes
him.
to any con ever, just
Yeah.
find George Lowe and watch his shtick.
Go in with
he's-
0 expectations, and except for the expectation to it to like be weird
and
like,
trade
just
pants with
weird.
someone else.
Yes,
Just be ready.
wear either really tight pants or really loose pants, but wear pants.
Wear pants. Let's trade pants. Factoid. Scottish girls hung wet sheets in front of the fire on the holiday to see images of their future husband. Young
Creepy.
women would also peel an apple, often at midnight, in one strip and throw it over their shoulder. The strip was supposed to land in the shape of the first letter of her future husband's name. In colonial America, Halloween's bobbing for apples was a fortune-telling game. The first person to get the apple without using his or her hands would be the first to marry. People also used to bake Halloween cakes with a ring and a thimble inside. Get the slice with the ring and you'd be married within the year. The thimble, you'd be unlucky in love.
You're a spinster, bitch.
I don't, you know what? I don't know if you should bake hard metal implements into food. I feel
Well,
like
thimbles were typically like clay, like porcelain, or
yeah, but I mean, what if you chewed it? Like,
Well,
what if
you-
you were the one?
cut or use implement. Like you don't just pick it up like in a like wad in your hand and then just shove it in your mouth.
Is that
like,
not how you eat cake? That's how I do it. Just like a.
I mean, these were civilized people, Steven. They used a
civilized-
fork.
I like now that they did that, but now we're like on a pop soda can. We just twist the top, until like back and forth. It's A B C D G whatever
I
alphabet.
never did any of that. Like the
You
only
didn't do
thing.
that?
No, I never did the flowers. I never did that. One of my friends tried to do that thing where they do this, but she just wanted to show off her folding skills. And I'm like, literally, if you do that, except I didn't say literally because that wasn't a thing then because we, grammared slightly differently.
We had English words.
Yeah, I
Right.
threatened her bodily, but that's not really shocking.
Threatening.
I'm like,
bodies.
that's stupid. Like, I'm just gonna make out with a guy and then find a new one. I ain't getting married.
See, this is where the Venn diagram. I'm pouring some water. Would you like some ASMR?
That just kind of sounds like pee-pee.
Maybe it is. The audio listeners will never know.
I got better, honey. Like
Yeah.
McFly. Like
She got better. She learned that
I'm
maybe
pregnant with your child, so I'll be.
that means something, I guess. This is where the Venn diagram separates because I was like, "Oh, I'm dating a girl. Perhaps I shall marry her one day." And sure enough, I only ever had 2 actual girlfriends, and one of them I married. So I did it.
50-50?
Yeah, I did it that way. I was just like, I am marrying, or I'm dating you as a possible mate for life.
Hell no.
I didn't have the whole play the field mentality. I was too attached to people.
No, I remember Seth killing it at one point because I had just broken up with somebody, and he's like, "Why did you even date them?" I'm like, "Because I wanted to go see a movie." Like, he's like, "Did you not want to marry him?" And I'm like, "I'm 16. Are you out of your GD mind? Like, who thinks about getting married at 16?"
That's those people who are like whose
Mission
parents,
school.
yeah, whose parents have spent a lot of time trying to tell them like, now you date to audition for marriage.
I mean,
Do not
you
kisses. I mean, and yeah, you do.
do.
You do.
But that's not something you actively think about when you're freaking. And I don't even think I was 16. I think it was like 13. I'm just like, what? Like, shove your testicles up your butt. Like, what? No.
That sounds
He
really
was so offended. He was so offended, and I was just pissed. And I went and punched something.
No, if you're 13, it's really for status. You're like I'm dating that person. Oh,
What else are you gonna do at 13? Like, you can't drive.
no,
We didn't have social media. We didn't have phones where we could be like, "Hey, send me your wiener pic," because that'll
Thank God.
be fun.
Gosh,
Yeah, right?
Ugh. I would never want to date anybody. Like if I was a high schooler these days, I'd be like, F it, I'm not dating anybody. Screw this place and their phones. Like nothing's private. Nothing. The minute you drop somebody off, it's like, I'm texting all my friends to say everything that happened on my date, which is fine back then because you'd have to call on the phone.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Texts and pics and sending pics and Instagrams all day of who, no. I don't want to be a public relationship. You know, like in the high schoolers, they gotta go out and they're on the Ferris wheel, because I'm gonna put this back in 1945 because that's what I do. They're riding the Ferris wheel. They're like Instagram pic, and everybody goes, "Oh, we're so glad that you're together. That's wonderful." And the next week,
hashtag goals.
yeah, and then the next week you're broke up, and everybody's like, "Oh, those Instagram photos aren't aging well, are they?" Like, no,
Well, no,
they're not.
it's a thing to completely wipe your gram now. Like, you just
You wipe your
wipe
gram? Is that what they call it? Wiping your gram. It's time to wipe your gram.
hate you so much.
That's the coolest
It
lingo
sounds
I've
so
ever heard.
stupid when I say it out loud. Like, I know what it's called, but I'm like old enough that saying it sounds dumb.
It's customary to wipe your gram when you're tired, when you're done gramming.
I got the baby's gonna
Back when
fall
I was
out.
a boy, that's what they said after you finished a poo. Be sure to wipe your gram. Wipe, wipe, wipe till Brown leaves town.
Oh my god, wet wipes. Okay, so as a pregnant woman, Jacob, I want a bidet.
Yeah, those bidets are legit.
Like, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, what are the logistics of, like, wiping your own ass if all of your center of gravity is, like, clop over the toilet? You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain thing that you do.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're, like, 8 months pregnant, I would rather shoot water into my anus than try to reach around and scrub.
You still got to reach around. You just have a wet butt.
I'm okay with wet anus versus non-clean anus.
Okay, but still, like, I don't think it's not like a pressure washer. It doesn't like blast all the duty off your rear. Like, you still got to
literally
wipe
what
a
it's
little.
for. I'm sorry, but have you checked the pressure of
Okay,
your bidet?
yes.
Because that would clean my lungs if I turned it to high. It would just shoot all the way up
It
all
does.
of my intestines.
It can go all the way out your mouth.
Yeah, just,
You turn-
that's what you do. Like, you become a human fountain. You just turn it to high and open your mouth and just squirts into the shower.
It's like a sprinkler.
Big Groove is with me. Wet anus superior to dirty
Well,
anus.
I'm not disagreeing with the fact that a wet anus is better than a dirty anus. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you want, like, it would leave you slick and you're like slip sliding on your butthole.
I mean, let's be real. My butthole's coconut oil, so water is gonna like quickly drip off. I'm sorry, guys.
Everybody
I'm
get a
dying.
good optics on that drippy anus.
Oh my god, it's like Olestrin.
Olestra anus.
Yeah, there you go.
You remember when everybody had Olestra? Lay's with Olestra, 0 fat, and they all ate a bag and went and had diarrhea.
Jeez, we're all like, the shit that we're doing with cholesterol and fat and calorie counting, like we're literally just killing ourselves as a social experiment to see how we can be more attractive.
So what happened, Ted? Well, I ate a whole bag of Lay's potato chips.
What's the grossest noise?
How's it going in there? Not too good, Bob.
So so full disclosure, Stephanie and Steven have toilet paper goblins and literally never have toilet paper at their house
listen,
ever. I am not.
I don't poop here. I poop at work, and the toilet paper's gone all the time.
It is. See, okay, it is. Like, I get there, and there's like a pile of toilet paper that somebody's used to like blow their nose in the trash can. So I know at some point there was toilet paper, but it's never there when I'm there. So I always go upstairs and use their restroom because A, it's got the fun bidet, and B, even if there's no toilet paper, it's got the fun bidet. So many times there is no toilet paper to like blot the water. So I just sit there, squirt it up my butt, and then like stand up, and you're totally good.
Wait, which part of you goes blah 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 blah?
You shake all over, like you shake your tail feathers.
You make it clap.
You just like a little up and down jiggle is enough to get the like residual drips.
I spray myself with a bidet and then I twerk it like Miley Cyrus.
Like this has been a 20-minute conversation.
World news. Mom of 44 kids banned from having more children. How do you have 44 kids? That's
like out her own vagina?
Quick, Ashley, find out how many months that is of your
God,
life.
That's math.
A Ugandan mother who has given birth to 44 children has been prohibited from having any more kids. Mariam Nabatanzi, 39, was married off at the age of 12, delivering twins a year later. That's kind of gross. I'm sure there's like some cultural things involved here. That's kind of gross. After her first children, Nabatanzi gave birth to 5 more sets of twins, 4 sets of triplets, and 5 sets of quadruplets due to her abnormally large ovaries. Oh.
Okay. Because otherwise, that's 36 years of being pregnant.
Yeah, I was thinking this is a lot. So we're not counting it. There's a lot of twinsies things going on here. The mother's been told her ovaries are unusually large and was advised by doctors not to take contraceptive pills due to health concerns. The mother's extreme fertility is believed to be hereditary, caused by hyperovulation. I'm glad we don't have that. Like, nobody wants a litter of 7 puppies or whatever. The 39-year-old was abandoned by her husband 3 years ago, leaving her as the sole care of her surviving 38 children. My
my God, what a colossal douche nugget.
Running away is easy.
Like, that's not her fault. Like, you put it in her.
You did this.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is no good. Nabatanzi lives with her children in 4 cramped houses with corrugated iron roofs. They live in a village surrounded by coffee fields roughly 50 kilometers north of Uganda's capital, Kampala. Doctors have now taken action to prevent Nabatanzi from conceiving any more children. She told local media her uterus had been cut from inside, according to the outlet. The family are living in extreme poverty as Nabatanzi does whatever she can to earn money, including hairdressing, brewing local gin, selling her herbal medicines, and even decorating and selling scrap metal.
Oh my
This is
God,
a devastating story.
awful.
Is there a GoFundMe for this lady? Like, what the crap? Husband just
And like
leaves.
they're young too.
Just freaking men. Am I right? Just bouncing. Like, life got hard. I'm going to do something else.
Oh, she was married at the age of 12.
And then he leaves. What a butthole.
Oh, okay. So when you have twins or triplets or whatever, the amount of hormones rises exponentially. So if you've got 2 kids, like you literally have twice the amount of hormones. So people with twins, they can normally tell they have twins because they're sick.
Yeah.
Like sick. So it would be like how I feel, but twice as bad. And then if you have 3 kids, so she was not feeling good.
No, these kids are little adorable little kids. You just want to help them. Look at them.
This is
just need love and appreciated.
awful. Like, because how do you take care of them?
I don't know. I don't know how you do it. You do it with just, man, somehow you get by, I guess. The kindness of strangers, maybe, hopefully, a little bit of that going on. some
I
freaking
mean, she could
resilience.
literally open her own friggin' school and divide it into several classes.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, a lot of those kids looked old enough to hopefully help out some. I'm sure that there's a whole different culture going on over there. Here we're like, children, you don't need to work till you're 37. Just live here with me. There it's a little bit different. Like they have
Well,
things
I
they need
was
to
like,
do.
those are like that's what I was looking at the picture. I'm like, those look like fairly young kids, but I mean, I don't know like what there is to do in the area, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't know what any of this thing. I don't know. I don't know how you fix these problems. I want to fix them
Damn.
though. I was watching that Bill Gates' Brain show today on Netflix. Highly
Mhm.
recommended. I had no idea that sanitation was such an issue in the old Africa there. No clue. No clue.
I mean, why would you, right? Like that's not something we live with, so it would not even like occur.
Yeah, right. Like you don't
Yeah.
think about it. You're like, oh well, we get them clean water. It's like clean water's great, but not if they're pooping in it because they got nowhere else for it to go. It's amazing, and I mean, I know McFly and I were talking a little bit about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and some things going on there, but like overall, like this whole make a new toilet thing was pretty amazing. Like everybody, we should invent new
Did we make
toilets.
a new toilet?
They're working on new toilets. They can
Make
basically
a new toilet and keep the old. One is silver and the other is full of poop.
That's pretty good, Smash. Let us know when your record's coming. I'm gonna buy it. Speaking of Horace Holloway's Tinfoil Stars, is available out there. EP, Spotify,
He's
and
doing
stuff.
so good. Like they're playing on radio stations and stuff. I'm just like, mini
I
excited because
know.
he worked his butt off to get here.
He did, and he's gonna be a guest on our December 6th charity stream.
Yes, is he gonna sing?
Yeah, I asked him if he would play a song and hang out with us for a little bit. So he said he would do
Really?
both. And he
Aw.
was going to come on as a musical guest, and he was going to give us an album to give away.
Yay,
So-
that's so exciting.
Yeah, so for the charity stream, we've at least got one thing. And if anybody's got game codes and stuff, since we're kind of random and we're talking about it right now, let us know because we're going to be doing that charity stream for 12 hours, trying to earn money for Toys for Tots. So if anybody has game codes or things that if they make art and want to give away as part of the charity, we would love to do that, which is going to be really cool. It's all the money's going to Toys for Tots. We always support them every year around Christmas time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So plan December 6th, it's Friday. If you work at a computer and they don't block us at work, you should be able to watch us
Come
and
hang
contribute.
out.
It'll be a lot
Are
of
you
fun.
guys gonna make me play a game with sub?
I think so. I think the plan is to hopefully get you to play a game with sub. I want to play Untitled Goose Game pretty bad. Now that I've
What
seen
is
it in
that?
action, I need it in my life. And the only time I'm gonna
Untitled
play it.
Goose Game?
Yep. It's taking the world by storm. It's going to be old by the time I get to it on December 6th, but it's still going to be fun. There's
I'm
still
gonna look it up
laughter
'cause
to be
Nobody
had.
will tell me what this is.
You're a goose. It's exactly what you think. Yeah, you're a goose and you cause mayhem. And I know that sounds silly, but the way they've done it is so artsy and so clever, and the music is so perfect that you can't help but smile while you're being that goose. And I want to do it. I'm real excited about it. But we can move on down with this small town news.
Vatican announces wearable e-rosary smart device and app for guided prayer. So Jacob and I we're involved in a charity called Heck. It's the Handicap Encounter with Christ, and it's a Catholic organization. I mean, there's lots of people in it that aren't Catholic. But they're funded by the Catholic Church donates space and time and yada yada yada. And so one of the ladies there, she was blind and she wanted me to come to mass. And Jake and I normally peace out about mass time the second day just because it's a good time to leave.
Y'all have been through a long night by the time you get to mass.
Oh yeah, when none of us have slept and we're exhausted and I don't know anything about
how
like
does Catholic
mass.
work?
Right, yeah, I'm just, but I do know that the nicest effing freaking most amazing giving human beings on the planet. I'm just like, me thinks some Christian churches should take a page out, but whatever. Maybe we all should be, whatever. So she was trying to explain the rosary to me, and she was going through like each bead represents something, and I forget the verbiage used because this was maybe a year ago, and in Ashley time that's at least 7.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but I remember thinking it was really freaking interesting, and I remember thinking that how, because it's similar to like the Buddhist prayer bead things, right? Like they just symbolize something to keep you mindful. So I'll read the story now.
So what we learned is there are beads and there are symbols. Thank you,
Yes.
Ashley.
That's like, this is why I'm a really bad joke Taylor, because I get really excited. I'm like, oh my God, this made me laugh. It was so funny. And then I go to tell the joke, but my brain is such a scrambled mess. And when I try to organize it, because none of my speech is organized, I just say crap, right? So when I have to organize it for stuff, my brain goes.
If it doesn't come out a stream of consciousness exactly as you are thinking it, then it messes you up. Like, you can't put together a 3-paragraph essay in your head before you say it.
No, it has to be on paper. I can memorize it if it was on paper to begin with, but if I just try to speak like a joke that I vaguely know.
Yeah, and this
Steven,
is why we love you. This is why you're here.
Why did the chicken only cross the road halfway?
Why is that?
Because she wanted to lay it on the line.
Yes.
Nobody thinks that joke is funny except me.
It's
the only one I can
tell. That's why it's so funny. Hey, Ashley, a skeleton walks into a bar. He says, "Give me a beer and a mop."
Why does he need a mop?
Because he's a skeleton.
Whoa! I thought like that was interactive and you were going to tell me something funny about the mop.
Nope. My dad told me that one.
Oh my God, your dad's jokes are the
That's
best.
a Tim special.
I like the polar bear one.
Hey, Ashley, how do you catch a polar bear?
I don't know, Steven. How do you catch a polar bear?
You cut a hole in the ice and you kick him in the ice hole.
The Vatican announced that it launched a wearable smart device that connects with a smartphone app for guided prayer. I downloaded a Kegel app on my phone.
To remind you to squeeze your vaginal muscles?
Yeah.
Do you really do that?
I guess that's similar.
Oh, you have to do that because you're pregnant now.
Yeah. Like, there's lots of stuff.
You got the old Benoit balls hanging out
There's
there.
lots of squats that I need to be doing too, because not only do you need to strengthen your pelvic floor, but you need to stretch it.
You got to get ready for that exit ramp.
Just walk around like a duck trying to take a shit a lot.
Got to prepare the escalator. Got to get that tunnel ready.
I don't know why, but the internet showed me an infographic of a child like crowning and then flopping out, and like they had a napkin under the woman's anus, and I'm like, is that for the poop?
That's for when you poop yourself. So childbirth is beautiful, according to everyone. But once the head comes out, everything else just kind of goes. It's fine. Shoulders and stuff do more of this kind of thing. They broke Stephanie's collarbone getting her out.
West Virginia doctors, baby. Hoo-ah!
Yeah, she's still ticklish on her collarbone.
I like when she makes her neck poot.
She could do that. She could do this whole thing. Your neck would poop. Poot, not poop. Necks can't poop. Okay, so rosaries.
The Click to Prayer e-Rosary is a device targeted to young people as a tool to educate about praying the rosary, according to the Vatican. The church's official communication channel. Oh, Vatican News. I tried to edit
Reading
it.
Reading's hard.
It's a wearable device in the shape of a cross that syncs to a free app that tracks the user's progress. I need to see a picture of this.
I'll bring one up for the crew here while you read. Reading.
So it's like a Pokemon thing with the cross.
Oh yeah,
but not augmented reality.
You just charge your watch on there.
The device is activated by making the sign of a cross and will keep track of the user's rosary progress. So I do, like, when I see my Catholic friends cross themselves, I'm like, it's up, down, left, right, right? Because you're watching them, and I always want to, like, and then I look at movies, I'm like, did they do it right? Did you cross yourself right? Because I think there's a way you do it. I think so, because from everybody I've seen, it's up, down, left, right.
I had a friend of mine who was Catholic, and we said the blessing before dinner at his house once, and I didn't know what anybody was saying because they were mumbling it because they did it so fast. And then, like, everyone had opened their eyes by the time I was trying to participate. Like, I wanted to do what they did, like, do as the Romans do, quite literally.
Right.
And I did the thing, and then he laughed at me. He was like, Stephen tried to cross himself. I'm like, listen, I'm a Protestant. We don't do this anymore.
That's so funny.
We just
That's
pray,
so
say
funny.
amen, and then shove our faces with
Yeah.
food.
I like Sam and Steven's prayers because they're like, "Thank you God for food. We go eat now. Okay, bye."
I told Stephanie I clearly need to work on my open my speaking prayers, because even when we're not about to eat, I'm like, and bless this food to our bodies. It's just so routine. I'm like, this clearly shows I have a problem I need to work through.
Well,
We should pray out loud more often.
Well, I mean, that's like, nobody wants to be that jackass spoken of in the Bible that was going around going, "I'm praying, everyone.
Well,
Look at
no,
me."
I'm not saying do it with everybody. I'm just saying, like, maybe
Sure.
before bed or together for someone or something like that. You know, like
Sure. Yeah.
those
that
are
makes sense.
times when I'm not going to go stand on the street corner and be like, look at me, I am in prayer time. Even
So-
Jesus didn't like that, and he's the guy they're praying to.
Right, exactly. My next door neighbor, they're Jewish, and so she was telling me that something had happened and like a check had gotten misplaced, and she's like, "I don't think I can pay rent in my studio," because she's a color therapist. She's like, "I can't pay rent in my studio this month because there's a couple checks that got lost and yada yada yada." And so there's an elderly couple that lives directly across from them. And she said it was Yael was telling me this, the Jewish lady. She's like, it was so sweet. She just like put her hand on my shoulder and like we just prayed right then. You know, she's like, she's Protestant, so she prayed to Jesus. But she's like, the check came in the mail that day and everything was good. I went to the bank and but she appreciated that but I thought that was cool because like when do you like, you know, as a Christian, like I typically wouldn't stop and do that. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll pray for you in private, but like I'm not just gonna stop and put my hand on a Jewish woman and be like, I'm gonna pray to Jesus for you.
Man, I've heard people doing that. There's a book I read. I didn't really get into the book because it got kind of weird. But it was a guy, and like anytime someone had an ailment they were telling about, he would stop right then, and be like, "Would you mind if I prayed with you now, since you told me you've got this ailment or sick grandmother or whatever?"
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
He said like you would be surprised, despite it kind of sounding really weird. He's like, it was awkward sometimes, but sometimes it was also really cool because the people were really appreciating. He's like, I've had some people cry on me. They're like, I don't believe any of this stuff, but I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. I'm like, that's cool, because I think at the end of the day, I've seen people go, stop praying for me about this. I don't believe in any of that stuff. But I think the kind thing to do, and what I would do for you, should you say something along the lines of, hey, man, good vibes to you for today or whatever, is just say thanks. It's just somebody's way of saying, I'm gonna be thinking of you today, or you know, whether you believe it works or not. I think it's kind just to be like, hey, thanks. I appreciate you thinking about me, you know, and being willing to spend some.
That's what she did. Completely,
Yeah.
like two different belief systems. But she's like, she actually, Yael, when she was over, I think that was like D&D one night. That was when Yael came over, and I was so sick. And it was the Jewish New Year, and so she brought me over a lemon. I need to write her a thank you note. I'm such a shitty neighbor. See, stream of consciousness.
Yeah,
But
of
she brought
course.
me the lemon cake that they made, because it was like a traditional lemon cakey thing, which was so freaking good, by the way. And then she like told me that story. She's like, but I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
But these guys over here, now they're assholes.
Is that what it sounded? Is that what she sounded like?
Like literally.
Yeah.
There's
That's all right.
we have neighbors that like apparently I just thought it was Jacob. I just thought Jacob was just being abnormally assholey towards these people, but apparently I've not met one person in this neighborhood that likes them.
They did. I think they did some neighborly political shenanigans.
Well, they
let
a tree drop on everybody, so
I don't think they let the tree drop on.
yeah,
everybody.
they did. Apparently, they had several botanists come up to them 6 months before the tree fell and said, "Your tree is falling. It will fall."
Oh, okay. Well, then yeah, they didn't act.
No, they did
when
nothing.
when they should have. But I think
No.
beyond that, so that was an act of God that brought that tree down. But beyond that little bit, they also had some we're not so great neighbors. We're not playing the political game. Neighborhoods are political places. You got to make sure you scratch this guy's back so they scratch yours. There's like a whole unspoken like once you're shunned in the neighborhood, you're done. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood's all about helping your neighbors. If you can't do that, you're toast. You're
Yeah.
toast. My buddy had to explain to his wife, like, hey, I'm going to do this. And she's like, they can't just do blah, blah. He's like, slow down. This is neighborhood politics. I'm going to handle this so we don't have angry neighbors that are directly next to us for the rest of the time we live here. We got to solve this, and it's no big deal because she's not wrong. She's just a little wrong. And because she's just a little wrong, we can handle it.
It's
Because
good
if-
that I have a calm presence in my life because where I've lived, collegey for the last 15 years, I've never given a shit about my neighbors or what they thought of me.
Yeah, you don't really, you kind of are in that I don't give a crap about anybody what they think of me, and if they do you wrong, you make sure they know it.
Oh, yeah.
In one way or another. I'm terrified to be around people that have wronged you and be in the same room. Like, if I know we're in a room and somebody there has upset you, I want to leave. Like, I want to not be there anymore. It's time to go.
I don't. So I think that comes from like when I was younger and I had to put up with my dipshit stepbrothers, half brothers, whatever. They're kind of related. And like I had to be nice. And one day I was 13. I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't have to be nice. They're assholes. Why am I being nice? And so since then, if somebody pisses me off or does something I view as stupid, I let them know. I've gotten better.
Thank God that I'm an all right person that you appreciate, because, man, had I sucked at stuff, oh, my goodness. Like, I don't know how normal it is for people to get along with their in-laws to the degree at which we get along, but I'm real glad that this
big
worked
brother.
out.
Steven's like, he's not related by blood, but he's so much more of a brother.
Yeah, I'm better than they are.
Bye, Erasmus!
Bye, Erasmus. It was fun hanging with you, too. All right, let's do some special section. Jacob got us a special section tonight, so yay! Dream job? $1,000 to watch 30 Disney movies in 30 days. A website is celebrating the upcoming release of Disney Plus by offering a dream job opportunity for 5 fans looking to make $1,000 by watching 30 movies in 30 days. Reviews.org said the 5 selected applicants will each receive $1,000 a year subscription to the new streaming service. $1,000 a year subscription to the new streaming service and a selection of Disney-related movie-watching supplies, including a blanket, cups, and a Pixar popcorn popper. Applications, which are being accepted through November 7th, consist of answering a list of questions on the contest website and making a video review of a Disney movie. You should do that, Smash. You could totes do that. Scotty will do it. Scotty would happily do it. 30 movies in 30. It's just watching a Disney movie a night.
Oh, God, but there aren't 30 good ones.
There are so many. Every Marvel movie is a Disney movie. Every Star Wars movie is a Disney movie. You've got almost, the whole thing's almost done with every Marvel movie plus every Star Wars movie. You have it done in 30 days. And those are all good. Like, except maybe Thor 2. But the rest of them are all good. I think you could do it. I think you should sign up.
How do you apply?
With this website. You go to the website and you apply. Reviews.org. Let's see. That's who's doing the Disney Plus will pay you to watch Disney.
Who should apply? Do you sing along with your kiddos when they belt out Let It Go? Or maybe when you're alone in the shower? Is Halloween the perfect time to live out your dreams of becoming a pretty princess or a spectacular superhero? We think you'd be perfect for the job. Kill me now.
There's a list. There's 30 movies. Here's some of our favorites and a few. Oh, okay. This isn't a list of how the ones you have to watch. These are just ones they're gonna watch.
Moana is perverted. Lion King is sad. Incredibles.
Okay, never mind. You can't do this. You're too cynical for Disney. You're far too cynical to watch Disney.
I love Mulan.
That is a Disney
I would
movie.
watch that for 30 days straight.
Oh, snap. Are they going to have Boy Meets World on Disney Plus? Take my money.
DuckTales. Woo.
Me and Stephanie were Corey and Topanga. Like, our entire relationship is Corey and Topanga, except breaking up 75 times. Like,
Her hair. My God, I was so jealous of her hair.
Topanga's hair?
Yes, it was just this beautiful, like, waterfall of thick, luscious. God, I hated her.
You and Stephanie both have not as voluminous hair. Like,
No.
it can.
She could braid her bangs and it would be my entire head of hair.
She did have a lot of hair.
So much hair. And I know that causes migraines and blah, 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 whatever.
Braiding her hair causes migraines?
People with hair that I had a friend in college that her hair was like that. She had to have it thinned and she would get migraines like between haircuts.
Because it was so heavy?
Yes.
Like,
I'm
is
like,
it pulling
shut
your
up,
scalp
you're
in every
fiddling
direction?
with your beautiful head of hair. I don't care if you have migraines.
Huh. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Erasmus Flint gave us this little thing. He says every original Disney movie has an orphan kid, which despite coming from a normal family, Walt Disney had the idea he was an orphan. That's fascinating. I guess it would be because he was so imaginative and probably wanted to follow and march to the beat of a different drummer, if you know what I mean.
When you're that anti-Semitic, I guess his parents divorced
was he
him.
anti-Semitic? What? Let's not poop on Disney.
You're like, no, I want them to support us. So, Emperor's New Groove. I think I've seen that once.
I liked Emperor's New Groove. That movie had some, like, you ever look at the behind the scenes of that? There were some shenanigans going on with Emperor's New Groove. Like, I guess they hired David Spade.
So what are your top 5 Disney cartoons?
Disney cartoon? I freaking love Robin Hood, the Fox one. The Fox Robin Hood. That thing was legit. I thought Little Mermaid was great. This is in no particular order. These are just the ones I'm thinking of. Are we including Pixar movies in this, or is it just like your classic?
So
Disney?
Traditional, like, paper cartoons.
Oh man, those are the two big ones. Jungle Book was good. I watched that a bunch when I was a kid. Oh, Aladdin. Yeah, that's freaking great. I don't know. Lion King would probably round it out. I think Lion King was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped watching Disney movies after Pocahontas. I went to see Pocahontas in the theater, and I remember walking out telling my mom, I think I'm done with the singing Disney movies.
I wanted to like Pocahontas so much because I was just like, yay, Native American! And then I watched it, I'm like...
Look at how all the white people are getting along with all the Indian people.
White savior, he's the one that's gonna marry a 12-year-old. White savior. Yeah. You like my song?
It was pretty great. DuckTales was great. Like, I mean, are you talking about movies though, right? I was assuming movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mulan was like hands down my favorite, and then Beauty and the Beast. I really liked. Stephanie and I watched Little Mermaid like a billion times.
Beauty and the Beast was great. The soundtrack for that was freaking awesome. Like they had the the songs like bah, 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 bah.
Yes,
like
they were
that whole
kind of
stuff.
like gothy and a little dark.
Yeah, man, I loved it. I'm so tone deaf. Everybody's gonna be like, "What part is he talking about?" But no, it was really great.
I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
love the music that played in the background when things were getting intense. And there's a place up the road from us that's called Gaston's Garage. So anytime we drive by it, I was like, no one changes brakes like Gaston. Fills your fluids like Gaston. No one can change your rotors and tires like Gaston.
Oh
It just
God,
makes me
so good.
so happy.
Oh my God. I love that so hard. Do it again.
Stephanie like passed out driving down the road. Let's try to sing it. That's like Gaston's Garage.
Oh, yeah, F Bambi. F
Yeah,
Bambi.
right up the B. What like I don't know. I watched
So,
Bambi
okay,
once.
we need this. So, like, I want from everybody, like, email it or put it in the Discord or whatever. But I want your top 5 favorite Disney movies that are just the cartoons, like the old school paper pen cartoons. So I think, like, after Beauty and the Beast, they started digitizing it.
It was kind of Disney kind of started adding CG during Beauty and the Beast. 'Cause that whole ballroom scene, that was all CG.
Okay, so let's call that the cutoff.
So Beauty and the Beast is the cutoff.
Yeah, like, and then you can just do like top 5 Disney movies, period. But I want those 2 lists from you, and I don't know why, but I will use them.
Hey Jacob, I'm gonna skip this next News Better Left Untold story. I don't think I can read it. Like I can't read. You see that headline? It'll be in the show notes for everybody
Oh my
curious.
God, it's in North Carolina.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna skip that one. That one's pretty disastrous, and we're getting we're getting far on time. So thank you for the note, but I'm gonna make the call to go past that one. Yes,
I'll just go ahead and post it in the chat, and then it will be, like Steven said, in the thing.
yeah. Based on the headline, I feel like I'm gonna bypass it. If you think I should go back to it, we'll go back to it. But
I was skimming through it to see if there was actually.
no, there's a. So now everybody's like, what story is it? I need to know what he's talking about. It'll be in the show notes. twodorks.net/ or wait, what is our
Clickbait.com.
HNHshow.com. Oh, speaking of clickbait, smash. So you guys, there's this lady named Sharon. And Sharon, every year, she signs up, particularly before political events, she'll sign up for political newsletters. And
Okay.
I got a new one because she thinks my email address is her email. So I just get
Oh.
Sharon's emails. And so I get these letters. They are conservative bent newsletters.
Is that what those were from?
Yes, and they come for like they're always called something like Truth and Justice or like the Fighting Eagle or something ridiculous. And I am having okay, so I'm of two minds about the newsletters I'm getting. On the one hand, I'm terrified that people read these and are serious. On the other hand, I read them and I laugh aloud to myself that these are actually things people are making them click. But the thing is, so it'll be crazy stuff like a picture of Obama rises with him in a KKK uniform or something stupid like that. Or it'll be like, just wait till you see what Hillary said about old people. Or
yeah, like the way they were spinning the titles, it was very like
it's very much click me, please God, click me. It's like look at how Mike Huckabee slams this liberal protester. It's like all this nut job stuff. But the funny thing about it is, I read all these things, and in the middle there's like an advertisement for guns, equating it to illegal immigration in some way,
and boobs.
And then I get to the bottom. The bottom is where it's like the meat of the email because it's you may also like ... And at the bottom, there's like a picture of a woman with giant breasts, and it says
huge. Like both of her boobies were pregnant.
They each have a baby in them. That's where the babies are kept, and it says something along the lines of this new trick works better than Viagra. And then you'll see, like, next to it is, like, two legs of people clearly in the shower making out, but it's just their legs. And
yeah,
it's like
and the woman's legs kind of cocked because obviously she's kissing.
This sex move is killing seniors. And
that one was my favorite one. I'm like, what?
It is the greatest. Like, I feel like you guys need to, if you would like to be on Steven's forward the email list, let me know at hnhshow@gmail.com. And I will forward you freedom, truth, and advertising or whatever the crap the newsletter is that I get because it is wild. It is wild. And I'm like, people. So the part of me that goes, okay, this is hilarious. But then I go, oh my gosh, people read this. They never click any of these. And they go, you know what I heard? They're standing around the water cooler with, or not around the water cooler. They're standing they're sitting next to the tailgate with their cousin down at the old Citgo station down in Bent Fork, Tennessee, going, you know what I got in my email the other day? I got an email said Hillary's starting to kill old people on her property with a shotgun. She lets them loose and hunts them. I got that in my email. That way I know it's true. And that kind of stuff. And that horrifies me. But, it's good to see people fighting the good fight out there. And
making sure that our sex move, because at 37 I'm elderly and I need to know what could kill me.
Mature gestational age. WTF section. What a good segue. WTF. Oklahoma. Oh, you want to read this one? Or did I? Okay, you read this one.
Also, I'm supposed to ask you about deep face or deep phase or...
Oh, deep fakes.
Deep fakes.
Oh, yeah. Those are horrifying. Google that.
They're not... I don't think they're... I mean, you can tell.
Not really. I mean, if you try real hard, it's hard. Like, the voice has changed, obviously. It's not the same voice because they haven't done that yet. But it could, if you set it up.
Eventually, in 10 years from now, we should be scared.
If you set it up right, even now, with the right lighting and the right situation, you'll be like, holy crap, that's that person. It's pretty horrifying. They're actually working now on like ways to identify it. So like Facebook and YouTube and stuff can identify this video as falsified. But
Wow, really?
yeah, but even to that end, to say this video is falsified, you have to question like who's choosing that as falsified. How do we know? How do we know that they're not some sort of conspiratorial Illuminati trying to tell us all our videos that are true are fake and fake is true and all these other shenanigans? But they're it's important. It's a weird time we're living in.
Yeah, Erasmus. Yes, screw Facebook.
Yeah, screw Facebook. I mean, we all agree with that. It's just the time sink.
That's why Ashy is not on Facebook, because Facebook can suck a pile of dong.
Multiple dongs. Is a pile of dong?
Multi-dong!
Is dong plural? There are many dong.
Dongus.
One
dongus, mini dong. That's official now.
Okay. One dongus, mini dong. There are many dong in this place.
Lee Ludell is multi-dong.
Gross. That's multi-dong.
Oklahoma man driving stolen vehicle caught with rattlesnake, uranium, whiskey, and a firearm.
Okay. That's a big igloo cooler. That's all I know. Fit all that stuff in there.
Oklahoma? Officers in Oklahoma made a startling discovery after arresting 2 people at a traffic stop, only to find that their vehicle contained a rattlesnake, a canister of uranium. Like, that is not at the quickie stop.
No, where did you get that from?
I don't know. An open bottle of whiskey and a firearm. An officer with the Guthrie Police Department had pulled over Stephen Jennings, spelled the same as you, Stephen.
It is spelled the same way. Maybe he's my cousin. That's how names work.
It's more the last name.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And Rachel Riviera, which is totally not a stripper name.
This is like Ken Jennings' kid and Geraldo Rivera's daughter.
A generation after fame.
What happens to celebrities' kids when they get taken out of the will?
Where do you get your radium? They were arrested for driving with expired tags. After the officer discovered that Jennings was driving with an expired license and Riviera was a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, both were placed under arrest. The vehicle, a Ford Explorer, woohoo, it's not powered by uranium, was impounded because it did not have insurance. It was later discovered that the vehicle had been stolen. Jennings was arrested for allegedly driving a stolen vehicle with rattlesnake and uranium inside. The wording of that.
I like how we're concentrating on the fact that the vehicle
was stolen.
Who
gives a shit?
Like, a man literally has uranium, a canister of uranium in the car, and this newsletter is focused on making sure we understand why they were pulled over and what is wrong with the vehicle.
The stolen Ford Explorer.
He's driving the car. He's like, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. He's got his uranium. He's driving to deliver it to Doc Brown. We're about to go.
Like, okay, so a rattlesnake is weird enough. You're just like, Jacob he's laughing. You made him chuckle.
Yes.
Like, a rattlesnake is weird enough, right? Like, you pull someone over, you're like, sir, were you aware that you have a visit to the hospital in your back seat? Like, what are you doing? And you're like, also uranium. Why? Oh, please, God, tell me why.
Hawk says that he was trying to pull a Spider-Man to get bitten by a radioactive snake.
Oh my God! Who said that? That's
Hawk.
Why didn't I think that? Why didn't I think of that? That's so good. Holy shit. Oh my God, maybe. They call me
Stephen Jennings like, Rachel, you still know where that uranium is? I just got done reading Spider-Man. No, he wasn't reading. He wasn't reading Spider-Man. He was watching Spider-Man. There's no way this man's ever read. He wanted to be Snake. I figured I was watching Spider-Man, and then right after that on Stars TV came on Escape from New York. I said, daggone.
That's a really good movie.
I could be Kurt Russell. All I need is a rattlesnake and some radioactivity.
Like, I was voting, I already had a favorite show title, but now Rattlesnake and Uranium, like, that is such a good band name, or like a really good song, like just a grungy, awesome, like, band, right?
My White Snake cover band.
Rattlesnake and Uranium. My God, that's so good. Can we dress like that for Halloween?
Yes.
Like, I feel like we could visualize what those two people would look like.
I feel like I could be the rattlesnake and you can be the uranium. It'll just be a big old can.
Toxic bitches. Blue. So when the impound of the vehicle begins and they start moving compartments, there's a rattlesnake in the back seat, Gibbs said. It was surprising to the officer. Obvi. He didn't say obvi, he said obviously, but I made it say obvi. As the officers continued to search the vehicle, they spotted an open bottle of Kentucky Deluxe whiskey near a firearm, the sergeant said. Where's the uranium? They then discovered a container of, quote, yellowish powder that was labeled uranium.
Wait a minute.
Is this like makeup?
Is it in a mason jar?
Was it in like an Urban Decay?
That was a big bottle of Tang. He'd just taken the label off of and wrote uranium on it.
I'm like imagining a rattlesnake wrapped around like a uranium rod.
What is going
Jacob's
on?
dying. I don't know. You're killing him. I don't know what he's laughing at, but he's just shitting his pants.
He's slapping his knee. He's in the background slapping his knee.
I feel like we're laughing at people laughing at us.
It's just a circle now.
Stephen and I are great. Tang. Jennings of Logan County. Hey, my dad's from Logan County, but West Virginia. Told officers that he had the uranium because he recently purchased a Geiger counter to test materials, and the chemical element came with the purchase. He joked with officers he was trying to create a super snake.
I want the police tape. I want the dash cam.
Right. I need the right of. It did not appear that either were under the influence.
Go figure. They're perfectly
there's a
sober.
picture of them.
Oh gosh. Oh, okay. I'm bringing it up. Hold on. We're gonna get there. Bear with me.
Mute. Oh my gosh, he looks like Rattlesnake Joe.
He looks Okie Finoki Joe.
Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good.
He was, PGH Fur was right. He was trying to become the Incredible Hulk, but the snake got in the way. He's got a little happy face necklace. This dude, he knows what's up. He's trying to create a super
apparently, like, you can hunt rattlesnakes, so he was allowed to have it. That's not really hunting if you just catch it.
You just keep it along with
you can have a legal amount of uranium, apparently.
What?
The snake was taken from the scene and shot. They say euthanized, but they shot that bitch.
They shot it. The cop took it out there and was like, boom.
They dumped it in the bag of uranium.
So rural UPS drivers are a trip. We drove home to our house one time. We lived out in the middle of nowhere. The UPS truck was stopped outside of our house by our driveway, and we had just pulled in, and I guess it had just happened. He goes, "Hey, I just ran over a snake in y'all's driveway. Do you have a shotgun or something?" I'm like, what? And I was like, I don't really want to hand you a gun, but I'll bring you this. We had a bush hook, which if you're unfamiliar with a bush hook, it's kind of like a scythe, but it's not curved. It's not Grim Reaper-y. It's more straight. And he was like, that'll do it. And so I went to the shed and I got him one, and he gave me the rattle off the rattlesnake. 12 rattles.
Oh, shit. That was a big old snake.
Huge. I had it for the longest time. I wish I'd kept it. But yeah, you could run around shaking it. It was fun. Could have gave it to Sam as a baby rattle. Here you go, boy. Grow up.
Here's some yellow cake uranium and a baby rattle.
Yeah.
He's still laughing. Why is he laughing?
He's having a good old time.
He's watching us or not.
He's probably just out there like listening to something else completely. He got Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special. He's cracking up. Hey, this has been a wonderful, wonderful show. I appreciate everybody who's come out. You guys have just been here chatting with us, and it's been the most wonderful thing. Thank you, Groove is for Life, for the new subs, Zafo for the bits, and FTH Beyond for the follow. It is, that always makes us feel real good. We're glad you're here. We're super, super happy you decided to join us. If you got any comments, questions, you want to be part of that weirdo right-wing email I get, let us know. Send us an email at hnhshow@gmail.com. We'd love to read those emails on the air.
And your Disney list.
Oh, yeah, and your Disney list, because that would be cool. We could read those, too. I broke.
I threw him off.
Threw
him off his game.
I don't know how to do this. Give us a review, man. If you like this show, it's always appreciative if you go out there and you just type in, hey, these guys are really funny. Give us a few stars on whatever podcasting service you like that does ratings. Those are great. Follow us, Two Dorks TV, Steve H&H, and Fate Kills, Phate Kills on Twitter. Tip us if you want to throw a little buck in the jar. Go over to twodorks.net/tip or join us at patreon.com/twodorks and get some benefits from being a part of the show or being a part of the shenanigans.
Halloween cards.
Are we gonna do Halloween cards?
Yeah, I have Halloween.
Ashley has
I have
Halloween cards for patrons.
stickers.
Patrons get cards.
Stickers.
And stickers. I don't know. She's looking like a villainess right now. I'm
I'm
really
so
sure.
excited about the stickers. I'm gonna cry as I mail them out.
I'm not
Okay,
really
and
sure
then
what's
you guys
going
have to let me know. Do you want the stickers to be able to use, or do you want them as decoration on your card?
That's a
So
good
let me know
distinction.
that.
Yeah, are these going on a laptop? Or are these going on on the card itself? Hey, and if and just hey, thanks for coming out. If you want to help us in a non-monetary way, just telling your friends about the show and promoting it when you see us live and retweets.
H&H on your butt.
That's a great place to do it. You show that to everybody. And yeah, sure. Next week is next week Halloween. How many weeks do we have till Halloween?
2, because I'm still writing.
Okay, 2 weeks.
I need another week, Steven.
Oh snap! The 31st is Halloween. Is a Thursday.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing. I will
that's
dress
cool.
up. I will dress all the hell up. I like Halloween.
I'll dress up on Halloween. So yeah, look forward to that. And we're gonna leave you guys with these words of wisdom from Emily Dickinson: "Luck is not chance; it's toil. Fortune's expensive smile is earned." I like that, Emily Dickinson. She's got a new show coming up on the old Apple TV. If anybody cares about that.
Oh yeah, Wild Nights. I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. This is the worst advertisement I've ever seen.
I really love Haley Steinfeld a lot. Like, she's a really great actress, but I don't know if I can buy Emily Dickinson as a modern yet not modern teen story. Anyway, that's for another time. You guys have yourselves a wonderful week, and we will see you next time on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades.